Hello there, welcome back to Roman Empire. Last time we did fairly well actually. We beat Austria. No, we don't really beat. We just siege Ghost and sat down laughing while doing so. And we'll probably also, as I said, recreate Styria. But I'll just wait because there's no reason to actually create Styria right now. We can just sit down and wait and basically create it once we get closer to another war with Austria, which will actually be in 41. So 6 years. And with that said, we could potentially start dealing with the Ottoman threat. I think it's high time that we did that. And unfortunately, we only have Serbia as an entrance point. But again, with my fleet, I can easily just block the strait. I'm pretty sure I can. I'm not pretty sure if the Ottomans actually do have a bigger navy than me. They might. They have a significantly larger navy than me. 93 galleys. Wow. Well, I do have a force so that allows me to do something a little bit nastier. Now, galleys is basically the way to go if you want to do something here. So we're going to actually create a three of these, I think, and it's basically just to get a little bit of extra power into my fleet. Fleet 40. I'll just call it. Very simple, very straightforward. We'll save that, and again, I think I'll just create 2 of these. Mostly due to the fact that it will be a lot easier to just do, and let's just place it there. And again, it's going to take a while to actually build all of this, of course, but it will give me the fleet that I need to kick the Ottomans, well, kick the Ottomans pretty hard, so to speak. So that's fairly wonderful. Now, as of now, we'll just sit back again and wait. England, we'll be looking forward to see if we can find an ally of theirs to declare war on. We also have Venice, of course, that we want to kick arse on in 43. So there's a lot of things currently going on. We also vassalized Finland last time, which means that we do now have our entrance point in the north, and thus I'm really tempted to declare war on well, these guys. And mostly due to the fact that by declaring war on them, I'll be able to get Norway into it too. Now, by getting Norway into it, I can then go for well, straight out conquest, which is of course really good. Now, Gotland is just allied with Muscovy, which is an interesting combination. And if I actually manage to get Neva and everything here, I'll probably use that to my advantage here and actually declare war on Gotland to bring in Muscovy. And then conquer my way, probably just straight to Perm to try and block them off. Again, should be able to do that within 1 war. And thus, it will be well, rather interesting spectacle, I guess. But we'll go ahead and declare war on the Livonian Order. We'll allow Norway to be called in as a co-belligerent. Holland and Denmark, not really the biggest threats ever. Denmark could actually become a problem per se, but let's face it, the base tax in these 4 provinces is so low that I don't really need to call them in as a co-belligerent. So I think we'll just declare war on the Livonian Order with the goal of taking Neva. And everyone that joins in, they'll just join in for fun. I might hand Riga over to Finland as well, but as things are now, it's looking fairly good. It should be a very straightforward, very simple war, I dare say. Nuremberg. I didn't actually realize that this country existed. Is there something new? Huh. Oligarchic Republic. Well, that's an interesting one, but I will not be considering it too much. Anyways, as I said, it will go for straight out some very quick sieges, and I'll of course also, as I said, go after the Norwegian islands because they are indeed something I want to get my hands on. So also in this fleet, I'll be borrowing the English army to just secure the islands, and I'll probably also use the same army to kick Norway to the curb to some degree, which is not positive in any light, but that's fine. Again, these guys are actually at war with Sweden, so if I play my cards right here and just siege their land, or rather just hang back even, I could potentially have gotten this province here too, but well, there are limits to what I can do. Stability point, prestige, administrative power, or army, tradition, and military power. I think, well, in this case, go for the military benefits, because they kind of outweigh the other ones. And I can also then complete my sets here. Quantity ideas has been completed, which gives unit pride from my Roman ideas. Morale of armies plus 20%, land attrition minus 10%, and we also get the land maintenance modifier minus 20%, which makes it a lot cheaper to play around with my armies. So that is great. But as I said, we'll be sending this army here with the sole purpose to siege the Norwegian islands, and hopefully I can do so without without too much fuss per se. It should be pretty much straightforward in terms of sieging them. So we'll have to see how this goes. Of course, my fleet will suffer some attrition, my troops will suffer some attrition, but again, it should be very straightforward. The war here with Livonia should, or the Livonian Order, should be very easy to complete. It's not like it's a threat at all. We also have our claim now to Venice, so we can take that once we want to. And I think I'll just march all of my troops here on shore just to make sure that we can actually beat that annoying little army. But yeah, we're looking good. Venice has a diplomatic monarch or leader right now, which is wonderful. So let's just take these two with us, and we'll be going to Iceland, because again, we kind of need that to completely block off any potential warfare that our enemies might decide to try and use against us. Well, there's actually a whale here. That's interesting. I haven't actually noticed that there is actually a whale swimming around on the map. That's actually really interesting. That's a nice little that's a nice little flavor there. But that's actually the first time I realized that, surprisingly enough, but it is. Nice. But anyways, I'll just keep on waging the war here. Should be really straightforward. Riga, Teutons, not really a threat per se, so I'm pretty confident we'll do this with minimum amount of work, I guess. So our next subject. So the modifier has actually expired, which means that Granada is now taking 6 diplomatic power a month. So again, really good idea to actually wait, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be getting any diplomatic power. The speeder has also, of course, gone up, so now Granada will be annexed in 45 rather than 54. So it goes a lot faster, which is, of course, really, really good. But for the time being, we'll just sit back. What did I need to get more? I need to conquer. I need to take Jerusalem. I need to take Mecca to get some extra missionaries. So I think I will try and get myself into war here with the Mamluks. If I fight Ottomans, I'll probably just take the Trablus and Akura, Tech even, just to get a casus belli on the Mamluks. I can take Al-Quds, also known as Jerusalem, and then of course we'll march down into Mecca and make that work. It should be really straightforward. Funnily enough, the Austrians now have reformed zealots to play with, and I find that hilarious. But yeah, for the time being, we'll just focus on sieging the land here, and hopefully we can do so without too much fuss. How about we just retreat right now, because I don't really want to get into a battle. I might have to send my fleet here to support my troops, and we'll do that just because we need to be safe. I didn't actually expect them to have such a force of troops, to be perfectly honest. So it's going to be a little bit awkward, but nothing we can't handle. I'll get back to you once we end up in a battle with them, but until then, I'll just sit down and wait here. And this time we'll of course be sent to Norway to take down Akershus, Agder, and Bohusland. And that should hopefully be enough here to actually get a piece that I want. And I think it might be. So we'll just sit down again here and wait. It should be pretty much straightforward. Hopefully that is. And with that, now that I don't really have any troops on the island, I can send the navy back to recover the troops that we left on the islands, and then send them to Norway. We'll see how this goes. Well, this is actually quite interesting. I lost Reval, and the funniest part about this, what actually makes it interesting, is that they had a siege chance of 7%. They sieged down 7%. I've never seen that happen before. Which is hilarious. But they did. Probably not due to the leader's siege stats, but that's fine. Anyway, so we're going to, of course, deal with this army, just crush it. Pretty much straightforward, really easy. And, of course, here, Livonia. Again, I'm kind of hoping they'll take Viborg from Sweden, but until they actually do, or consider doing it, might do it, take your pick, per se. I'll just keep on doing the good old sieging here, and hopefully it'll go very fast. We have sieged all of the islands from Norway, and we're currently working on, of course, the capital to make them hand this over to me. Again, I do need quite a bit of war score to actually pull this off, surprisingly enough. I need 60% for 4 base stacks, and that is hilarious. But it's due to the fact that I didn't call the Minuscule Regent. I would need about 30% if it wasn't, and well, I guess we'll just siege the land. It should be very straightforward. Sweden just lost some land to Denmark, apparently. And with that, Norwegian army is back. Again, it should be really easy to control the Norwegian army, so I'm not too concerned. And we'll just keep on sieging. I'll not be spending any diplomatic points on tech, although I probably should before we wage war on the Ottomans, due to the war galley. We will upgrade admin tech, though. And the reason is really, really simple. I won't be coring anything for quite a while, I think. That's at least the plan. And thus I can build this without, or take tech without any concerns at all. Spy agency and a counting house. Basically just new buildings. Not the best upgrade ever, but it helps, let's just be honest. And let's just split that in two and go and help. Hopefully I can get there in time. Truce with France has ended. Oh my. I did not actually consider the fact that we had a truce with France. Well, of course this means war. And with that, we're going to probably just take the 4 provinces here. Potentially Orléans too, if we can. Just, again, complete the Armagnac, make it done so I can actually annex it. So let's just declare war before they join a coalition against me or something of the sort. We'll just send these troops westwards. And they don't really have enough troops to become a threat to me. So I'm not concerned in the slightest. It's not a problem. Let's take that Patriarch Authority. Because we can, because it's cheap. And because it's helpful, more so than anything else. Now, again, we'll just try and siege Norway here, and then the war quickly. The Teutons are sieging for Livonia, and it seems like I actually put Sweden on a very bad position when I destroy their army. At least that's what it looks like. So, my bad, I guess. But I need a general. I don't have a general. Do I want to make a general out of my heir? I probably shouldn't, but I did. Yeah, I'm being a little bit overactive today, I think. But yeah, if we can just destroy the French army here really quickly, we're actually suffering a fair amount of losses here. More so than I like, but again, the French do have a very, very powerful army when everything goes right for them. So it's probably just to be expected that I would have a little bit of a problem with them. Unfortunately, it's just how things are going to be played out. But if I can just destroy, catch and destroy, in this case, then I'll be set. Again, the French do not really have any allies in this war. They have Nevers and Orleans, which are vassals, and thus this marks the end of the war. I can honestly say that it does, because we did just destroy the biggest army that they had, and the only thing they really have left now is these smaller armies that are running around with, well, basically not knowing what they're doing. And with this, I can siege everything but 1 province, which we're actually going to put the job on to Armagnac to siege. So in that regard, I'm perfectly. The war with France is done. The war with France is actually easier than the war with Norway due to distances, etc. So that's a fun little side note. Now, Norway, how are you doing? Do you want to hand over your land yet? Nope, don't want to. So I'll just keep on fighting this war. It's actually taking far longer than I would think to siege this, probably due to the fact I didn't go ahead and destroy this navy, but let's just do that now then. And I'm also a little bit surprised that Sweden is getting the Ras Anthem as much as they are. And if Livonia takes Viborg, that could be both a blessing and potentially negative in its own regard. But we finally siege Reval, we can now march down and deal with oh my, still, you have you have actually reached the end of the line. I just need to fabricate a claim on you. Now, the Popery State. There we have the Popery State, we'll deal with that later. But this is where we're going to end it here. We have dealt with the Norwegian islands, we just need to, well, siege a little bit more. Finland is going to start growing, which is good. And 5 more years and Granada will be mine, and the borders will be looking a little bit neater. I'll see you around next time. Hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully we can keep on with our expansion. Also, my 2 navies are done. Again, I'll see you around next time. Bye.